Belgian government will intervene in cases where prostitutes refuse sexual acts too often. All right, okay then. Uh, I mean, the customer is always right. Have you never heard of that? The customer's always right. However, this makes me feel a little bit because I feel when it comes to like sexual acts and stuff like that, like you should have complete absolute dominion over your own body and who you share it with. But again, let's have a look into the oldest occupation in the world. A new law in Belgium, celebrated by activists for providing a labour contract to prostitutes, will also enable their pimps to punish them. Keep that pimp hand fucking strong with a government mediator. Oh. If they refuse sex more than 10 times in a 6-month period. The Belgian Parliament voted for the law on May the 3rd, with 93 in favour, 0 opposed, and 33 abstentions. The legislation is being touted as a win by UTSOPE, the Belgian Union of Sex Workers. I mean, even the whores have unionised, which had lobbied extensively for the legislation. The law outlines that prostitutes will receive health insurance, a pension, maternity and holiday leave, and unemployment benefits. Their pimps will be forced to provide them with a safety button to use for emergency. I mean, I would have, if I were a pimp, I would have just had that anyway. No one wants to fuck a woman with a black eye and a burst lip. Go in there and fucking tidy yourself up, ho. Right. Anyway, their website claims that the law is a historic step in the battle for sex workers' rights and will create a respectful, fair relationship between prostitutes and their pimps, with UTSOPE spokesperson Dan Bowens telling media that he believes Belgium is really demonstrating that it aims to protect sex workers, regardless of any moral judgments about the profession people may have. Prostitutes are to be granted rights to refuse sexual acts, stop sexual acts, perform sexual acts in the manner they prefer, and refuse to sit behind Amsterdam-style windows, public-facing windows where prostitutes are on display. However, should a prostitute use these rights 10 times within 6 months, their pimp can then call on a government mediator to intervene. I just tattoo in the back of your hand, government mediator. Well, bam! That fucking... The good old days. But anyway, all pimps must have a registered office. They're even regulating sex. Fucking government regulations. And apply to the Belgian government for approval to offer contracts to prostitutes. You signed this contract that said you would be a whore. You're now bound by bureaucracy to suck that dick. This is so stupid. The contracts will be disguised as hotel, restaurant, cafe contracts so that prostitutes can remain anonymous. Imagine some poor girl that just wants to start a restaurant and everybody thinks she's a whore. Andrea Hines of the Beans family, a prostitution abolition advocate, called out the new legislation on X, formerly Twitter. There is little chance this will actually favour women. Under legalisation, full decrim, pimps become managers with the backing of the state to further entrench and maintain their power. Pimps see women they sell as products, not people deserving of full dignity and respect. Well, pimp, yeah. I mean, I could have fucking told you that. But that's the problem when it comes to government regulation. See the big people that are already really established in the industry, especially when it's like, oh, if see to make insulin, you need about $1.5 million worth of licenses. Don't quote me on that. I think that's probably changed because it was a while I checked that. And the big massive pharma companies, they love that shit. They've got that lying down the back of the couch. They don't fucking give a shit about having to pay 1.5 million for a license. That's nothing to them. They make that money in 6 seconds. Right. However, some poor little guys that think insulin's costing far too much, we would like to make some. Well, you need to pay $1.5 million. And the fucking big pharma fucking loves that because, yeah, they paid 1.5 million, but now they own the monopoly on insulin and they can drive the price up to whatever the fuck they want because no one else can afford to legally make it and legally sell it. That's why big companies like that love government regulation, and also why pimps will be loving this government regulation because then the government can come in and say, no, you have to suck that dick. The government can then come in and tell you have to suck a dick. That's funny, that, isn't it? I mean, it's not funny, it's fucking terrible. But anyway, outside the realm of so-called sex work activism, social media users have expressed horror at the new law. So the government helps pimps to coerce sex. What a disgusting idea, posted X user. And that's the end of the article. Now, This is a libertarian, yes. You should be able to do prostitution and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying it's fine. You've got a right to do it. I don't like it, but it's called the oldest job in the world for a reason, right? However, people turn around and go, no, it should be illegal, and you should be, about Christ, and you should be this, and you should be that, and blah, 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 blah. You should maintain your purity. Yeah, but is it really purity if it's state mandated? What work did you do? I mean, in the Cain and Abel story, the reason that Cain got so much shit from God is because he wasn't trying hard enough. It was half-arsed. Again, what good's purity if you're forced to be pure? What work did you do? What work did you do? I mean, if you walk over a tightrope, that's very, very fucking impressive, especially if at the bottom of the pit all around you is all this temptation and sex and drugs and rock and roll and the devil and all that type of stuff. And you manage to get across that tightrope without falling into the temptation, that's very, very impressive. However, if they completely fill it in and it's just a flat little floor over at the other side and you get to the other side, I don't think that's going to get you into the kingdom, because you didn't manage your behaviour, you didn't become a good person, other people decided it for you and kind of forced it upon you. That's not as impressive, if I'm being honest. So I'm just saying, is purity really that impressive if it's just a given? Argue about that in the comments, I don't read those. But still, you want to fix prostitution, you want to fix that, fix society first. Same thing with drugs. Yeah, people should absolutely have the right to sell their bodies if they want, sell drugs if they want, fill their bodies whatever shit they want. That's absolutely fine, right? Well, I say fine, I said you should have the right to do it, but everyone's like, oh, but this and that, and everyone will say, see if you want those problems to go away, fix society. Fix the things that drive people towards doing those things. The main reason people go towards drugs is they're fucking bored and sad. And then they build up a dependence and blah, 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 and then, you go down that dark path. So see if you want people to stop going to drugs, try and make society happier, make society better. Send them back. That'd be a good start. Like, basically, if you want prostitution and drugs to go away, basically the war on drugs, the war on prostitution, North Korea is one of the most totalitarian fucking places on earth, and even they've got fucking prostitution, right? Because you cannot fucking get rid of it, right? The war on drugs has failed, war on prostitution's failed, so how do you get rid of them? You fix the problems that drive people towards them in the first place. Basically, the war on making it illegal and getting police to arrest the people, you are putting a little tiny band-aid over a giant fucking bullet wound, right? Go after the core issues that drive people towards those things in the first place. That's just the way I feel. I feel that the problem will actually be solved and not just be prevented, if that makes sense. But still, the government coming in and telling you will suck the dick by government mandate. Government mandated waifus. It's finally happened, boys. Where is my state mandated girlfriend that absolutely must marry me and must suck my dick? Because if imagine turning around to your wife going, well, that's refusal number 11, and you just hand her a brown envelope. You've been served. You will appear in court first thing on Tuesday morning. And the judge will say, sentence to be carried out immediately. Suck his dick right now in front of everyone in the courtroom. Could have been in the bedroom, but you wanted to be a bitch about it. No, I don't agree with that at all. No, it's dirty, it's weird, and it's fucking horrible. The government telling you have to engage in a sex act. Nah, it's fucked up. But again, if you don't like the prostitution and all that in the first place, then try focusing on fixing the problems in society that drive people towards such a thing.